तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नाम श्रेष्ठं मनुमपि पुत्रमत्र स्वरूपं रूपं तस्याग्रजं मातृं भूतवाटिं राधाकुण्डं गिरिवरमहो राधिकामहाकाशा प्राप्तो यस्य प्रकृतकृपया श्रीगुरुं नतोऽस्मि। नमस्ते गुरुदेवाय सर्वसिद्धिप्रदायिने सर्वमङ्गलरूपाय सर्वानन्दविदायिने यं प्राव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव त्रैति तन्मयतया तरबो विनीतुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमातोऽस्मि। तवैवास्मि 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 Nayamam Charanantikam. Hare Krishna. First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmati Guru Pad Padma, Nitya Prashta Jagat Guru Shishyamakti Vedanta, Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Dandi Swami Shishyan Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Sant Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis play accept my humble obeisances. So today is Bhagavad Gita Jayanti Mokshada Ekadashi and also Visprisha Mahavadashi. Very auspicious confluence of so many nice yogas, and today we are discussing chapter 2. What is this verse, Didi? Shloka number Mamcha Vavicharena. This Gita Shlok number. Find out, because I am referring to different Gita.
I see Ananga Mohan Prabhu put 116 page.
Acha, 16 page number, because I have another differently formatted Gita. Yeah, always. So anyways, we'll. So Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
I think last time 234, right? Hare Krishna. Anyway, we'll begin from this 236. Avachavadamsha bahun vadishyanti tavahita nindantasto samarthyam tato dukkhataram nakim. Okay. So, avacha madamsha bahun vadishyanti tavahita nindantastav samarthyam tato dukkhataram nakim. Avach, unkind, vadan, fabricated words, cha, also, bahun, many, vadishyanti, will say, tava, your, ahita, enemies, nindanta, I vilify, tava, your, samarthyam, ability, tataha, than that, dukkhataram, more painful. No, of course, came what is there. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? Lord Krishna was astonished in the beginning at Arjuna's uncalled for plea for compassion, and he describes his compassion as befitting the non-Aryans. Now, in so many words, he has proved his statements against Arjuna's so-called compassion. So here you see that Srila Gurudeva was also telling the message of Bhagavad Gita is not karma. The message of Bhagavad Gita is always bhakti. Bhakti revenam naiti, bhakti revenam darshayati, bhakti vashyah purusha, bhakti revenam kuyas. Bhakti is most important. We should all, the message of Bhagavad Gita is bhakti. And Bhagavan has many times made it clear in Bhagavad Gita, bhaktyamam abhijanati, yavan yas chati tatvatah, tatoma tatvato gyatva, Vishated Anantaram. Hmm. That if you want to reach Vaikuntha planet, then you have to engage in bhakti. Hmm. So message of Bhagavad Gita is bhakti. But again and again, you'll see in Bhagavad Gita, many arguments are given, like this argument, 237. Hato va prapsasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya kritanishaya. Hataha, being killed, va either, prapsasi, you gain, swargam, the heavenly kingdom, jitva by conquering, va or bhokshase, you enjoy, mahim, the world. Tasmat, therefore, uttishta, get up, kaunteya, O son of Kunti, yuddhaya, to fight, krita, determined, nishchaya, in certainty. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up and fight with determination. Even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjuna's side, he still had to fight. For even being killed there, he could be elevated into the heavenly planets. So basically, you'll see that Kshatriyas, their dharma is what? Kshatriya's dharma is to fight, a righteous battle. And they should try to always protect Brahmanas because Krishna loves the cows. Yesterday I was seeing an article by Srila Gurudev, and in this article, Srila Gurudev was mentioning very clearly that cows must be protected. And this article was written, I think, in 1966 or something. And in that article, Srila Gurudev, he was telling that many people give an argument that if there are too many cows, we will not get food. But Gurudev was saying that this is not the sign of intelligence. The real intelligence is to know that the cow's food is different, human beings' food is different. Cows, after the grains have been harvested, whatever the grass remains, that is what is eaten by the cows. So how can you say that the cows will step on our toes? No, the cows, they are actually different foodstuffs they eat. So we should try to always know that cows should be protected. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya, Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Krishna loves cows and Brahmanas. If you want to perform sacrifice, how will you perform sacrifice? If there is no ghee, if there is no milk, there is no yogurt, how will you be able to perform sacrifice? So, Arjuna's job is to protect the cows, protect the Brahmanas, especially protect the women, and he should protect the kingdom. Because dharma should be protected, uphold the dharma. So Bhagavan is again and again telling Arjuna that Arjuna, please, you should fight this righteous war. If you die, you'll go to heaven. And if you win, you'll rule the earth. Now Bhagavan is telling, Sukha dukhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhayo jasva naibam papam avapsasi. Sukha means happiness and dukkha means distress. So these are two extremes, sukha and dukkha. What is our reaction to sukha, happiness? When we get happiness, we are happy and we are elated. And when we get distress, we are morose. But these are two sides of the same coin. In this material world, happiness and distress, they come uh, intermittently. And we should learn to tolerate both of them. Don't become too much desirous of obtaining happiness. And don't worry also if distress comes on your way. So here Bhagavan is telling Same, in equanimity. We have to cultivate equanimity. Krutva, doing so, labha alabha, both profit and loss. Now in businesses, you'll see that there is profit and loss statement. P&L statement is essential part of every modern accounting framework, profit and loss statement. There is also three things are there: balance sheet and profit and loss statements, and one more, I think, the company report. These three things have to be submitted because based on that, people will invest in your company. But Bhagavan is telling us that profit and loss should be treated equally. Because in life, there will be sometimes profit and sometimes loss. Jaya Ajayu, both victory and defeat. Hmm. That is also should be Kshatriya should treat them equally, because sometimes he's victorious, sometimes he's defeated. Hmm. Because maybe the opponent has a better strategy, or he may have more man force, he may have more army, more weapons, better weapons. So defeat may be there. And sometimes you have better strategy and you are victorious. Tataha, thereafter, yuddhaya, for the sake of fighting, you just engage, fight. No, never, ever in this way, papam, sinful reaction, avapsasi. A Kshatriya will not incur any sinful reaction if Kshatriya fights. So Kshatriya has license to fight. Kshatriya must fight. So Bhagavan again and again telling Arjuna that if you fight, you will not incur sin. Lord Krishna now directly says Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or gain, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. So, Srila Gurudev also was telling today, what loss is there? What can be loss for a person who is chanting Hare Krishna mantra? First of all, no money is required anytime, morning or evening, like devotees, pure devotees. Dinante murare, nishante murare, Tvameko gatirna, Tvameko gatirna. Morning we can chant Krishna, Krishna, Murari, Govinda, Hare Krishna. Afternoon we should chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Night time we can chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Is there any loss? So there is no loss or diminution. All the power is in the holy name. Nam namakari baudaniya sarva shakti tatrarpita niyamita smarane nakata etadrishi tarupa bhagavan mamapi durdaiva vidrushaiha janinanuraga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Oh Lord, you have stored all your strength in the holy names. There is no limit how many holy names are there. Oh, you can chant any holy name. Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Ayagri Singhavamana Shri Madhusudana Brajendra Nandana Shama Tana Dhatana Kaitava Shatana Radashathira Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva. These are the sweet names. We get up in the morning and we stand in front of the deity and what we do? Oh, we chant these names. Bolo Hari Hari. Why the name Hari? Because Hari is a very sweet name which removes all the sins. Hari Harati Papani Dushtachittayapi Sata Anichyapi Sansprushto Dhatte Vahitavaka. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, my friend, if you chant the Hare Krishna mantra, oh, you will be free from all the sins. And all the blessings manifest there, where Harikatha is going on. Tatra hiva Ganga Yamuna Tatra Godavari Tatra Saraswati Cha Sarvani Tirthani Vasanti Tatra Yatra Chutodar Katha Prasanga. So this one, actually we are on the verse 245, because I thought I'm referring to a different text, different file, so no problem. Today's verse is 245. I'll read the verse. Maybe last time also I read this verse, but anyway, I'll read it again because it's a very sweet verse. Just now, actually, when I was giving class in Hindi, in the temple here, I read this verse. Amazing verse. Yavan artha pane sarvata sampluto Yavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanata. Yavan, all that. Artha is meant. Udappane, in a well of water. Sarvataha, in all respects, Sampulkodake, in a great reservoir of water, Tavan, similarly, Sarveshu, in all Vedeshu, Vedic literatures, Brahmanasya, of the man who knows the Supreme Brahman, Vijanataha, who is in complete knowledge, all purposes that are served by the small pond can at once be served by the great reservoirs of water. Similarly, all purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind it. The rituals and sacrifices mentioned in the Karma Kanda division of the Vedic literature are to encourage gradual development of self-realization. And the purpose of self-realization is clearly stated in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of studying the Vedas is to know Lord Krishna, the primeval cause of everything. Now, this is Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj is referring to the 15th chapter verse. Like in C language, there are pointers. You can point forward, backward like this. Weekly structure, those are data structures. It is pointing to a chapter forward. But actually, the entire Gita, every verse of Gita is talking the same thing, bhakti and bhakti alone. He is telling that Vedesha Sarver Ahame Vedya Vedanta Kuru Veda Vichachaham. The purpose of Vedas is to know Krishna, to serve Krishna. Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya Diviva Chakshuragatam Vishnu Yat Paramam Padam. All the Vedas, all the Devatas, they all are talking about service to Krishna. All the Rishis, Munis, they only tell us serve Krishna. Always serve Krishna. Means there is one very nice verse actually. Let me see if I can remember that. Lord Shiva has spoken this verse. And he is telling that Narayana, that service to Narayana is the essence of all the Vedas. Lord Shiva is telling that Sarva Shastrani Nishchitedam idam puram dheyo Narayana sada. Means remember Lord Narayan, Lord Krishna all the time. Always remember him. The remembrance of Lord Krishna is the essence of all the scriptures is telling. Vichintyani punah punah idameva sunishitam dheyo Narayana sada. Lord Shiva is telling. So self-realization means understanding Krishna and one's eternal relationship with him. The relationship of the living entities with Krishna is also mentioned in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Today, Gurudev was making a very nice point. He was talking that mother has breast milk. And Gurudev said that breast milk comes from the foodstuffs eaten by the mother. So mother may be eating idli, dosa in South India, chapati, rice, whatever it is. Today is Ekadashi, so fruit. And whatever is eaten by mother is converted to milk. And who converts that? That question Gurudev was asking. That who converts the foodstuffs eaten by the mother into milk? It is Krishna. So actually Krishna is the original mother. That's why in Vedas we say, Tvameva mata chapita tvameva tvameva bandhusya sakha tvameva tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. We know that original mother and father is Krishna. He is the mother and father of our mother and father. He gives them the ability. And many people cannot beget children. You see that? They want a child. It is not in the capacity of a mother or father to have a child unless Krishna sanctions it. So ultimately the living entity, karmanadaiva netrena jantur dehopapadyate. As per one's karma and daivopan, by mercy of Krishna only one will take birth. Otherwise one cannot take birth. Many children die in the womb naturally. They cannot even come out. And many people cannot even conceive if Krishna's mercy is not there. So ultimately, Krishna is the Alpha and Omega. He is the God, generator, operator, and destroyer. Understand? The living entities are parts and parcel of Krishna. Understand? This is what has to be taught in the school and colleges. Now the education, Srila Gurudev was telling, has become very expensive. There are universities. Like when we were in South Africa, we went to one university, KwaZulu-Natal University, big university. And there are many times you have to borrow money to get admitted to many universities. Education is so expensive. But previously, education didn't cost any money, and there were no classrooms. The teacher and students used to sit underneath a tree, and children used to live very frugally. They were given very simple prasad, and they had to do a lot of seva. Sir Gurudev cut wood, clean the temple, cut the vegetables, wash the clothes of Gurudev, and Gurudev used to tell them Akshara Gyan. Akshara means not just syllables. Akshara means the Lord Krishna's knowledge about Lord Krishna, the relationship with Lord Krishna. But these days, the schools don't take a lot of fees and don't teach the correct knowledge. The correct knowledge is bhakti. Hmm. And they don't teach you about your relationship with Bhagwan. And that's why all the problems are coming. The education is very expensive and they are not taught the correct knowledge. So here, therefore, revival of Krishna consciousness by the individual living entity is the highest perfectional stage of Vedic knowledge. Basically, revival of our Krishna consciousness. What does revival mean? Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Krishna bhuli sei jiva anadi bahirmukha atava maya tare deya sansaradi dukha. Krishna bhuli sei jiva anadi bahirmukha. From beginningless time, the living entity has turned his face towards Krishna, to face away from Krishna. We have forgotten Krishna. Now, Guru's job is to remind us that you have forgotten Krishna. You, the Jiva is called Anadi, but Jiva is not called Nityabaddha. Understand? Nityabaddha means eternally bound. Jiva is not eternally bound. Eternally bound means there is no scope of ever getting liberated. Jiva is not called Nityabaddha. There's Nitya Mukta, eternally liberated souls, and then there are also Sadhan Siddha, those who are liberated by performing Sadhan Bhajan. There are Krupa Siddha, those are liberated by receiving the mercy of pure devotee of Krishna or Krishna. But Anadibadda means from beginningless time we are bound, but a day will come, we'll also be liberated. So there must be a day that we'll be liberated. Now or later, Krishna will certainly liberate us because that is what he has promised in Bhagavad Gita. Have no doubt about Bhagavad Gita. So this is confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam as follows. Aho batashva pajato gariyan yajvagre vartate namatubhyam te pustapaste juho sasnurarya brahmanuchurnam grananti. Amazing verse. Oh my Lord, a person who is chanting your holy name, although born of a low family, like that of a chandal, dog eater, is situated on the highest platform of self-realization. Such a person must have performed all kinds of penances and sacrifices according to Vedic rituals and studied the Vedic literatures many, many times after taking his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. Such a person is considered to be the best of the Aryan family. So one must be intelligent enough to understand the purpose of the Vedas. Without being attached to the rituals only, must not desire to be elevated to the heavenly kingdoms for a better quality of sense gratification. So here, aho bata swapachato galiyan. Swapacha means one who's eating dog. A dog, eating dog is not a very good thing. Only low class people will cook the meat of dog and eat. Even when I was in America, actually, dogs are very much loved in Americans. Every American has so many dogs. And they bring them to different parks. I remember we used to go to some park in Brooklyn, sometimes in Queens, sometimes in Manhattan, and also I've seen every park. So many people will bring their dogs. There is some section reserved for the dogs. And in America, it's a big sin, and you may be arrested if you kill a dog and eat the meat. But there are some countries where they do eat including India, that there are some areas and some people they do eat the meat of dog, and it is considered delicacy or it's considered cooling. Some countries are there they eat the dog's meat, which is considered low class, because dog is known for is very attached to the owner, and very faithful animal. So dog is very much loved by Americans. But if they come to know that someone is eating dog, they'll be very unhappy. That is called taboo. The dog meat is taboo. But if someone is even eating a dog's meat, low class person, he chants the name of Krishna, then he will get the benefit of performing all kinds of penances, sacrifices, Vedic rituals, and studying all the Vedic literatures and visiting all the holy places of pilgrimage. How powerful is the name of Krishna, you see. Such a person is considered to be the best of the Aryan family. One must be intelligent enough to understand the purpose of the Veda without being attached to the rituals only, must not desire to be elevated to the heavenly kingdoms for a better quality of sense gratification. In heaven, actually, there is sense gratification. Like when I was in America, I remember that there was so much sense gratification. Uh, you go to America, you'll see that best airports, best roads, malls, miles and miles, square feet of malls, unlimited amount of clothes, um, all type of sense gratification is available. Like I remember that, go to Walmart or JCPenney, I'm forgetting now the chains, supermarket chains. Unlimited objects of sense gratification are available there. And if you go to any computer shop, B&H or something, uh, so many meters and meters of just computer gadgets, cameras like this. Understand? Digital cameras, digital gadgets, all this is available in America. But even that is also insignificant compared to what is available in the heaven. But we don't want that sense gratification also. Devotees reject that also. Hmm. So the best purpose of Vedic culture is served, however, by chanting the holy name of the Lord as recommended by Lord Chaitanya, the deliverer of all fallen souls. And that's why our Rupa Goswami Pad told, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Nama. You are a Mahavadanya. Because why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Mahavadanya? Because he is very merciful. Not just merciful, very merciful. He has especially come for fallen persons. Like I was listening to one tape of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, and there one devotee asked a question actually. And he asked this question, what is our duty? What is our duty? And then Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, he was telling that our duty will be decided by circumstances. And then he said, some people are telling that you just chant Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Is that correct? Then he said that his answer was that yes, Gaurhari's name, Gaurhari's name is very sweet. I'm not able to find that audio clip. I'll forward to the group. So, but it's here actually in this BML.Bhakti Rakshak Maharaj section, audio section, that clip is there. Because Gaurhari has especially come for the fallen souls. And he doesn't see offenses. Last class also I told, Patra, Vichara, he doesn't see whether one is qualified or not. He is very merciful. If anyone will chant the name of Gaurahari, Gauranga, Krishna, Gaura Krishna like this, he'll be very merciful to them. He is very merciful. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave us this holy name. And he told that always chant Krishna. So, but Nityananda Prabhu preached the Gaurahari's name because he thought people are very fallen. How they will understand Krishna Nam? Especially Krishna is character, sometimes people doubt, because they say that he is a liar, he is a thief, and he is stealing the clothes of girls. But Bhagavan is a transcendental autocrat. He is above the laws. The laws are not meant for him. Understand? He is above the laws. Although he is a lawmaker, but he is above the laws. He is not under the laws. So when Lord Chaitanya was asked by a great Vedic scholar, Prakashananda Saraswati, why he, the Lord, was chanting the holy name of the Lord like a sentimentalist instead of studying Vedanta philosophy, the Lord replied that his spiritual master found him to be a great fool And thus he asked him to chant the holy name of the Lord Krishna. Okay. So Lord Chaitanya, he made this great scholar Prakashananda Saraswati. Prakashananda Saraswati was a Mayavadi sannyasi. This Mayavad is a type of Asas Shastra, false philosophy. Mayavadam Asas Shastram Prachannam Bauddham Uchyate. Mayava Vihitam Devi Kalau Brahmana Murtina. Means this Mayavad philosophy is more like Buddhist philosophy. Gautam Buddha, the philosophy he gave was that there is no soul, no God, and there is no eternal relationship between the soul and the God. Everything is zero, everything comes from zero, and everything goes into zero. This is what the Gautam Buddha's philosophy was there. There was actually two Buddhas. One Buddha was born in Nepal, and that was Gautam Buddha. He was born about 2500 years ago. And another Buddha was born 3500 years ago. He was born in Bihar. So Gautam Buddha was actually Shakyasima Buddha. He was an impostor. But still today Gurudev was telling a story about life of Gautam Buddha. There was a woman, and that woman, she lost her son. And she came to Gautam Buddha and she requested Gautam Buddha, "Sir, please revive my son. Can you please revive my son?" Then he said, "Okay, I can easily revive your dead son. You simply go to any house and you ask from them salt. If they give you some salt, you bring that salt to me and I will make your son again alive." So she immediately set out for bringing salt from neighbor's house. But Gautam Buddha told her that before you bring the salt, you should remember that you should ask the person who's giving the salt that if anyone in your family has ever died, if any member of his family has ever died, then you cannot accept salt from that house. So then she went to the first neighbor and she said that, "See, Gautam Buddha has come to my home and he wants to revive my son. All he needs is some salt from your house. Can you please give me some salt?" Then the neighbor said, "Okay, I am willing to give you as much salt as you want if that is going to revive your son." Then, as the neighbor was going inside the house to bring the salt, she is told that, "But has anyone ever died in your family?" Then that person said, "Yes, 2 months ago my grandmother died." Then she said, "I cannot accept salt from your house." She went to another neighbor. Then that neighbor was also willing to give salt, but she asked, "Has anyone ever died in your family?" They said, "Yes, my nephew died in accident." Then she said, "I cannot accept." So like that, she visited every single house in that village and she asked if anyone has ever died in their family, and everyone said in affirmative, "Yes, obviously someone has died in our family. Not just some, many of our members, family members have died in the past." Then she said, "I don't want to accept salt from you because if I accept salt from your house, that will not revive my son." Gautam Buddha told me to bring salt from that house where no one has ever died. Then, well, by the time she came back to Gautam Buddha, she had fully realized the nature of this material world. This material world is temporary. Everyone's body is temporary. Everyone will have to die. No one, no one will stay alive forever. And she surrendered to Gautam Buddha. She said, "Please accept me as your disciple, and I want to become a monk like you." So you see that death is certainty. So uh, Prakashananda Saraswati was following this hidden Buddhist philosophy of voidism, zero. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rectified him. He was very merciful. And he asked Prakashananda when he was a staunch Mayavadi, asked Mahaprabhu, "You are a sannyasi. Why you are dancing like a sentimentalist? Why don't you study Vedanta Sutra?" Om Atato Brahma Jigyasa Om Om Ananda Abhyarat Om Om Anavrittita Shabdat Om Anavrittita Shabdat Om. Why am I studying Vedanta Sutras and comment like Sharik Bhashya given by Shankaracharya? The Lord replied that my spiritual master found me to be a great fool, and thus he told me, "Don't worry about uh, Vedanta, you just chant the holy name." He did become ecstatic like a madman. In this way, Kali, most of the population is foolish and not adequately educated to understand Vedanta. Many times at YouTube go and I see some channels and they teach Sanskrit, spoken Sanskrit. Uh, they sing some songs also. Like I was seeing a video, like there, like this video. Now this Mataji, she is speaking here, Shashti Vibhakti, possessive. Ramasya, Radhikakan Pulling, Ramasya, Krishnasya, Narayasya, Narayana Sayudha, Narayana weapon, Sayudha, Krishna's weapon like this. Sanskrit is a very difficult language. If you spend hours together remembering the rules of script, you will get the time to chant holy name. And that's why when I was walking on the shore of Ganga, he saw an old man who said the rules of Sanskrit grammar. And he was about to die in a moment, so Shankaracharya told him, now abandon the study of Sanskrit grammar, which is 2 years, and simply chant Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudhamate, Samprate Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rachati Dokrin Karne, Tinam Rajani Saram Rata, Shishiravarantam Punarayata, Kirakeva Gachati Ayu, Tadapina Munchatya Shavayo Bhagavindam. Oh my dear friend, morning came, went, afternoon came and went away, evening came and went away, night ended, night ended, morning has begun. In this way, day has passed in vain. Week has passed in vain. Month has passed in vain, quarter has passed in vain, a year has passed in vain. Year is spring 2023. And then that would also come to pass. His whole lifetime is wasted in studying physics, chemistry, mathematics, microbiology, nuclear science, and horticulture and cryogenics and so many branches. What is the use? Just chant Govinda, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Like this. Very clearly it is told. Clearly it is told. Chant the name of Krishna, 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 Krishna. So in this age of Kali, most of the population is foolish and not adequately educated to understand Vedanta philosophy. ये काम करिए हरि बोल दीदी सुभद्रा दीदी. So the best purpose of Vedanta philosophy is served by inoffensively chanting the holy name of the Lord. So what is the Vedanta philosophy study? That inoffensively chant the holy name. Aparadha shunya lo Krishna nam, Krishna mata, Krishna pita, Krishna dhana pran. Don't commit any offense. Offenses we are discussing in Madhurya Kadambini. Satam Ninda Namnaha Parama Paradam Vitanute. The first and foremost offense is to criticize the Vaishnavas. Don't criticize anyone. Parasabhava Karmani Yasamshati Garhati Saashu Brashate Swartat Asatsu Aviniveshata. You will immediately get lost from the path of spiritual emancipation. If you criticize anyone, don't criticize anyone. Only criticize your wicked mind. Don't criticize others. So Vedanta is the last word in Vedic wisdom. Veda Anta. Anta means the end. And the author and knower of the Vedanta philosophy is Lord Krishna. And in Vedanta philosophy, Lord Krishna, he has told, Anavritti tu Shabdat, Anavritti tu Shabdat. Vyasadeva, he has written this sutra. The only way of emancipation is Shabda. Shabda means Shabda Brahma. Shabda is also two types, Shabda Brahma and Shabda Samanya. But don't think that we are chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. This is Shabda Samanya. When we have heard this Krishna Nam from the lips of Guru Maharaj, then it is Shabda Brahma. Otherwise, an offense will come if you think that Krishna's name is ordinary sound vibration. Arche Vishnu Shiladir Guru Shanarmati Vaishnavi Jati Buddhir Vishnurva Vaishnavanam Kalimalamatane Pad Tirthi Ambe Buddhi Sri Vishnu Namni Mantre Sakala Tulashe Shabda Samanya Buddhi. Shabda Samanya Buddhi. You are thinking that Vishnu's name is Shabda Samanya? No, that is incorrect. So the Vedanta is telling us, chant the names of Krishna. The highest Vedanta is the great soul who takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of the Lord. So don't think that my Gurudev only knows Hare Krishna mantra, he doesn't know Vedas, so he doesn't know anything. No. One who knows the holy name, one who knows the importance of the holy name, and one is chanting the Shuddha Nam, even if he has not studied even a single letter in the school, like Gaur Krishna Babaji Maharaj, he is the highest Vedantist. Gaur Krishna Babaji Maharaj, who was unlettered, was the highest Vedantist because he was chanting Shuddha Nam. So this is the ultimate purpose of all Vedic mysticism. Understand? This is Vedas are telling us to chant the name of Krishna. Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surya Diva Chakshuratatam Vishnu Yat Paramam Padam. Chant the names of Vishnu. So here, Mamcha Avibicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate Sagunan Samate Tyatan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Only those who render service to me with one pointed devotion can transcend the three modes of nature and become qualified to realize transcendence. So actually, these particular words, Yavan Artha Udappane Sarvata Sampludake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanata. What does this mean? That in India, there are many types of wells. One well is only for drawing water for washing your clothes. It is used by dhobis, the washermen. Another well is meant for the Vaishyas who have many cows and buffaloes and goats. So they draw the water for cows and buffaloes and goats to drink. That is another well. One well is meant to be frequented by only women for washing their clothes or family's clothes. One well is meant only for the people who are from lower class, like those who are dealing with the leather industry, tanning and other things. Because obviously their work is not so hygienic, so they are given another well. It means that there are innumerable wells for different purposes. You would not go and draw the water from a well which is meant for the animals to drink water from. Understand? You will have a special well where only the deity's water is drawn for the service of the deity worship for Brahmanas and temple seva. So that is not uncommon in India to have different wells. But suppose you have a huge lake, big lake, then that lake, like in Hesarghatta, we have actually big lake. And that lake, was supplying the water, supplying water to entire Bangalore once upon a time. Understand? But unfortunately, that lake has since dried up. But that was a huge lake once upon a time, Hesarghatta Lake, where this type of lake was there, Hesarghatta Lake, which is about 4 kilometers from our matha. So this lake, one side you could be washing your cows, other side you can be collecting drinking water. One side of the lake you could be getting water for the deities and so on. One lake can fulfill all the Hesarghatta lake can, if it is completely full, this Hesarghatta lake can fulfill all your needs. No need to worry. Understand? So, such beautiful lake is there, right? So the point I'm making is that, like that, don't have to worship different demigods. You worship, say, I will worship Shiva on Monday, then Tuesday I'll worship Goddess Durga, then Wednesday I'll worship someone else, Thursday I'll worship someone else, then I'll worship Kartikeya, sometimes Ganesh. No need. You simply approach Krishna and Krishna will fulfill all your desires. No need to go to different demigods. Right. In the beginning, it's okay. People don't know, like this temple near Hesarghatta Lake, there's a goddess temple actually. And sometimes I think they slaughter animals also here. Actually, Bali doesn't mean slaughtering animals. Bali simply means that you touch the animal and release the and offering different types of foodstuffs like grains to Krishna is Bali, not slaughtering animals. This actually see here the statue of Vishweshwaraya, Bharat Ratna Vishweshwaraya. He was actually an engineer. He actually devised one. Maharaj was telling Sripad Dandi Maharaj that he made one nice equipment there called siphon. Siphon is an equipment to draw the water very fast without electricity. Um, so point I'm making is that um, um, just like all the desires are fulfilled by Krishna. Akamo sarvakamo va mokshikamo udaradhi tivrena bhakti yogena yata purusham param. Bhagavatam says, Akama, no desires you have. Sarvakamo va, you have all the desires. Mokshakamo, you want liberation. You are fed up of this world and you want to be liberated. No harm. Jeta purusham param. Worship param purush Sri Krishna. Understand? So, यावनर्थ उदपाने सर्वतो संप्लुतके तावन सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानता. So in his commentary on this verse, Gita, Srila Siddhar Swami says, Cha is emphatic. That is, those who exclusively perform unblemished and unflinching devotional service to me, the supreme controller of Parameshwar, can conquer the modes of material nature. Material nature, very difficult to conquer. Daiviyesha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mame vaye prapadyante maya me tam tarantite. So, this maya is very difficult to overcome. There is maya in shape of woman. There is a maya in shape of man. For a man, woman is maya. For a woman, man is maya. If not treated properly, every woman is maya. And if not treated properly, every man is also maya. If you look upon a woman as an object of enjoyment, you will be in maya. But if you think that this particular woman is energy of Krishna, she is Krishna Dasi and meant for Krishna's satisfaction, no maya. How can there be maya? People hate women. But Srila Bhakti Rakshakshadana Maharaj said that I also previously used to hate women. But then my aunt told me, paternal aunt, that don't you know that women are a manifestation of Lakshmi? They are goddesses of fortune. They are manifestations of goddesses of fortune. They are the embodiment of sacrifice. So it is not the woman at fault, but it's our outlook, how we look upon a woman. If you look in right perspective, every woman is like mother, sister, daughter, and very helpful. Because we are treating her as Krishna's energy and not meant for our exploitation. Same with men. If women have the proper outlook for men, like a brother, elder brother, or father, uncle, like this, no harm. That attitude of son, very good attitude. So Srila Gurudev always told, always have proper perspective. No one is bad. Woman or man, they are not bad. Only thing is that our dirty heart is bad. We cannot blame others. We have to blame our own dirty heart. Our exploitative mentality is bad, not the world. So Sarartha Varshini Prakashika Vritti, the four materialistic pursuits of religiosity, dharma, wealth, artha, sense gratification, kama, and liberation, moksha, are called Chaturvarga, the four goals of human life. Krishna is Chaturvarga Phalaprada. Krishna can bestow upon you, you want dharma, religiosity, and you want to go to heaven, okay, Krishna can send you there. You want wealth, oh, you can see how much wealth Krishna bestowed on Yudhishthira Maharaj. He was the richest person. He owned the entire universe, entire earth planet, he was the ruler. And sense gratification, who had more sense gratification than Yudhishthira? He was the husband of Draupadi. Draupadi was born from fire. Show me any woman in the world who's born from fire. No one, no supermodel is born from fire. Understand? No Miss Universe, Miss America, Miss India is born from fire. Draupadi was so pretty, but she was not at all attached to her husbands. She was only attached to Krishna. And Yudhishthira also not attached to her, but more attached to Krishna only. So they were exalted devotees. So for devotees, kama or sense gratification becomes insignificant. Even liberation becomes insignificant. Because liberation is only imaginary happiness. Liberation is only relief. Like I am suddenly feeling an urge to pass stool and I pass stool. I feel some relief, some happiness. That is liberation. Liberation is not any positive happiness. So bhakti is the fifth goal, and that is the real goal. Although the Vedic scriptures have described the paths of karma, jnana, and bhakti at various practices for the jivas, one can only attain Sri Bhagavan by giving up all other paths and engaging exclusively in pure devotion. So what I'm saying is that there are many mantras in the world. Innumerable mantras are there. But only there is one mantra which will bestow upon you Bhagavan Krishna. That is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It will be quite difficult to go to Golok Vrindavan if you are chanting any other mantra. Understand? That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stressed this mantra, Hare Krishna mantra. Obviously, other names of God is also very powerful, but this is the most powerful mantra. So other processes, karma, jnana, and yoga cannot take you to Golok Vrindavan. Only bhakti can take you to Golok Vrindavan. And this is also made clear by studying the following two verses from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhaktyaham ekaya grahya shraddhayatma priya satam bhakti punahati vannishta shabadan api sambhavat. I can only be attained through bhakti that is performed with full faith. What is faith? Faith means Shraddha. Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Kahe Sudrudha Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kruta Hai. Shraddha means complete faith, complete conviction that I worship Krishna, all my aspirations are fulfilled. I don't have to worship any other demigod. I don't have to take shelter of anyone else, even a powerful king. No one, even forefathers or ghost. No, I don't have to worship ghost or forefathers or anyone. Only by worshipping Krishna, all my desires will be fulfilled. This full faith should be there. I am not indebted to anyone if I serve Krishna. This is bhakti. Devarshi bhutatandranam pitrunam nayam kinkoro runim charajan sarvatmanaya sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parivritya karta. Even the dog eaters can purify themselves of their lower birth and ultimately attain me by performing devotional service to me. Now in India, there is actually caste system. Caste system means basically you belong to higher caste, you belong to lower caste, and then there is also, so like this, there is a discrimination, like you had in South Africa, the apartheid, the white people, the black people, the colored people, and whatnot. Understand? So that regimen was uh, pulled down by the people. Understand? And they drove away those people who were practicing this apartheid or whatever it is. So in India, there is a caste system. Caste system means he belongs to this particular caste, she belongs to that particular caste. So some people have a lower birth and some people have a higher birth. And that is as per one's karma, right? Someone is born in Brahmin family by karma and someone born in Muslim family in karma. Jaiva Dharma will study that. But how to get rid of your karma? How to purify yourself from lower birth? I am born in a dog eater family. My mother and father are eating dogs. They're catching stray dogs and just cutting and cooking them. What should I do? But I want to be a Brahman and I want to be a Vaishnava. No harm. You take shelter of the holy name. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Become vegetarian. Take shelter of a high class of a guru and you will become a Brahman. No harm. You may be a dog eater, but we can make you a Brahman. No one is meant to rot in the same level he was born. One should try to go up. For example, if you are in a lower economic rung, doesn't mean that you have to stay poor all life. You can take up a good job, good business, good skill, and get more money and can become rich also. So bhakti is also like that. न साधयति माम योगो न सांख्यम धर्म उद्धव न स्वाध्यायस्तपस्त्यागो यथा भक्ति ममोर्जिता श्रीमद् भागवतम. Uddhava yoga, analytical philosophy, study of the Vedas, performance of difficult austerities, and charity cannot control me as the exclusive devotion to me. So analytical study, Sankhya Yoga. Oh. Yoga. What does yoga mean? Yoga means addition. Understand? Yoga means addition. In English, we say addition. Addition is described here adding something, especially two or more numbers. A person or thing that is added to something. This is called addition. Understand? Like you go here, 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is addition, 1 plus 1 is 2. Like that. Understand? So that is addition. Means Jivatma and Paramatma, they are cooperating with each other, not merging but cooperating and receiving happiness. The Jivatma is serving the Paramatma and in return he is also receiving happiness. He is bestowing happiness on Paramatma by service. That is yoga. Yoga cannot be practiced alone. Yoga means always two, Atma and Paramatma, Shri Krishna and Jiva. That is yoga. Understand? Real yoga means, Bhakti yoga means serving Krishna. But Ashtanga yoga cannot satisfy Krishna. Yam, Niyam, Pranayam, Pratyahar. Once I think Gurudev was speaking in some place, maybe I don't know. He was speaking in Hong Kong or China or Taiwan, I don't know. But some Chinese, I think, and they asked one question, Chinese Mataji or Prabhuji, that is Ashtanga yoga. Can we attain Krishna by Ashtanga yoga? That was the question. And Srila Gurudev said no, not by Ashtanga yoga. But then they asked him that if we mix Ashtanga yoga with Bhakti yoga, then he said yes. Gurudev said that is okay. Because now you are simply dry Ashtanga yoga, Yama, Niyam, Pranayam, Pratyahar cannot bestow Krishna upon. But if you mix Bhakti into that, then there are some chances that you will be able to achieve Krishna. Bhakti is very important. Sankhya means analytical study. There are 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses. There is 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Then 5 objects of senses like touch, smell, sight, like this. Rupa, rasa, gandha, sparsha, like this. And then there is mind, intelligence, false ego, consciousness. And then 25th element is the soul. 26th element is the super soul. Analyzing and finding out the existence of super soul. But that cannot satisfy Krishna. Atheistic Sankhya of atheistic Kapila cannot satisfy Krishna either. Dharma means only activities meant for elevation to heavenly planets. They cannot satisfy Krishna also. Krishna himself is telling Uddhava, Na swadhyaya tapostya. Even swadhyaya cannot satisfy me. Difficult austerities. Charity also cannot control me. Only exclusive devotion can control me. For example, there is a woman. That woman is very pretty. That woman is very hardworking. That woman is excellent tailor. She can stitch clothes for the husband. She is an excellent housemaker. She can decorate house very nicely. Can cook many delicacies for the husband's pleasure. She is excellent mother, taking good care of children. But she is not faithful to her husband. All these qualities are a big zero if she is not faithful to her husband. But there is a woman who is not very pretty, not very expert in culinary arts, cooking. She is not expert tailor also, but she is very faithful to her husband. She knows no other man other than her husband. She is really doting on her husband. What is better? So Bhagwan, if someone doesn't have any good qualities, but he has only one quality, that is very dedicated to Bhagwan, then that person is very dear to Krishna. व्यादस्य आचरणं ध्रुवस्य च वयो ध्रुव विद्या गजेंद्रस्य का कुब्जाया किमु नाम रूपम अधिकम किम तत्सुदाम नो धनम वंशाको विदुरस्य आदौ पतिर उग्रस्य किम पौरुषम भक्त्या तुष्यति केवलम न च गुणैर भक्ति प्रियो माधव. Was Kubja very pretty? Bhagwan's lover Kubja was not very pretty, but Bhagwan straightened her, hunchback woman, and enjoyed with her. Ugrasen was not very chivalrous, very warrior-like, strong warrior. But Bhagwan was satisfied by his bhakti, made him the king of Dwarka. Dhruva was very young child, not very old, but Bhagwan didn't look at his young age and bestowed upon him his mercy. Vidur was born from a working class woman, Shudrani. But Bhagwan was very kind to Vidur. He didn't accept the delicacies at the house of Duryodhan, but preferred to accept some, even the banana peels, skin of banana from the house of Vidur, because Vidur had pure love for Krishna. His wife also was very much attached to Krishna. So Bhagwan is satisfied by bhakti alone. So Bhagwan is telling here to Uddhava, Yatha bhakti mamorchita na sadheti mam yogo na sangyam dharma uddhava na swadhyas tapostyago yatha bhakti mamorchita. Again and again bhakti is highlighted here. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the scriptures contain two types of subjects, Uddishta and Nirdishta. The highest goal of scripture is called Uddishta Vishaya. And the instructions that indicate the Uddishta Vishaya are called Nirdishta Vishaya. For example, because the Arundhati star is so dim, it is very difficult to be seen in the sky without assistance. Understand? Arundhati. Arundhati, who's Arundhati? Arundhati is the wife of Vasishtha. So there are Saptarshi Mandal. There are 7 stars in the sky. And this Arundhati star is very minute. You might see here, there are 7 sages. Marichi is called alcoid. Arundhati is very small star here. Then Vasishtha called Mizar. Angirasa, Alyot. Atri, Megrez. Pulatsya, Feshda. Kratu, Duve. Pulaha, Merak. So Saptarshi or big deeper constellation Ursa Major. So actually you see that this particular star here, you'll see here Arundhati is a really very small star. But if you want to show Arundhati, then you show Vasishtha, her husband. Then that is called Arundhati Nyaya. Understand? So you want to show something very minute, make a minute point, you show first a big point nearby. For example, you are coming to Hesarkatta. You are coming from some different country. Then I will tell you that not exact address. But what I might tell you, you first come to Kempegowda International Airport. Oh, Kempegowda International Airport, very big. Google Maps, everywhere come to Kempegowda. Then I will tell you, take Ola cab and come to Rangaraj Gaudiya Math. It will cost you maybe 1,000 rupees. Understand? So first, I am telling you a big thing and then small thing. Because Rangaraj Gaudiya Math is a small place. And Bangalore International Airport, Kempegowda International Airport is very big milestone. Understand? So for example, because the Arundhati star is so dim, it is very difficult to be seen in the sky without assistance. If someone's objective is to see it, his indicator will be the biggest star closer to it. So if Arundhati is the subject, the Uddishta Vishaya, then the biggest star closest to it is the Nirdishta Vishaya. All the Vedas indicate that the absolute reality beyond the 3 modes, Nirguna Tattva, is the subject matter of the Vedas. It is the Uddishta Vishaya, but because that absolute reality cannot be understood immediately, the Vedas first describe Saguna Tattva, which is the Nirdishta Vishaya. Understand? Maya consisting of the 3 modes of nature. Now, for example, I tell you, you should meditate on Krishna. Then you'll tell Maharaj, I have never seen Krishna. How am I going to meditate on Krishna? How am I going to meditate on Krishna? All right. Then we tell you that Gurudev will come, Srila Gurudev will come, Sripad Dandi Maharaj may come and install the deities at your home or in your temple. And he will tell you that there is no difference between the deities and Krishna. Now job is very easy. All you have to do is always look at the feet of the deity, meditate on the thighs of the deity, meditate on the waist of the deity, meditate on the face of the deity. Then what happens? That because deity is non-different from Krishna, your meditation has become very easy. Now you don't have to go to Golok Vrindavan. You can simply, wherever you are, at your home, in your drawing room, in your puja room, you can meditate on Bhagwan because deity is non-different from Krishna. Understand? So things are now easier for a jiva. But for ordinary jiva, to meditate on Goloknath Sri Krishna is very difficult. But that Goloknath Sri Krishna will easily descend to the earth in the form of Archa Vigraha. And that's why Mahaprabhu told, Pratima nahe tume, you are not an idol, you are not a statue. You are directly Krishna. Pratima nahe tume, Rajendra Nandana. You are not a figment of imagination. You are really Krishna. You have come mercifully as there is in your heart also Paramatma is there. Is Paramatma not there in your heart, my heart? Understand? Paramatma is in everyone's heart. But can you talk to Paramatma? Can you worship Paramatma very easily? Very difficult. Understand? Paramatma yogis made it like this Paramatma. You see, they are trying to meditate on Paramatma. They are closing their eyes, in their heart, they are meditating on Paramatma. So this is rather difficult to meditate on Paramatma. Not easy to meditate on Paramatma for everyone. To see Paramatma in everyone's heart. Like, can you see, this is showing here the cheetah. Can you meditate on Paramatma in the heart of cheetah? First thing you see a cheetah, you feel like running away. Understand? So it is very difficult to meditate on the Paramatma in everyone's heart. But deity, oh, very sweet. Very, very sweet. And you can meditate on the deity. And deity is non-different from Krishna. Also, so that's why Nirdishta Vishaya and Uddishta Vishaya, it is clearly told here that some parts of the Vedic literature have prescribed karma based on the modes of passion and ignorance. Other parts prescribe knowledge based on the mode of goodness, and specific parts explain the practice of pure bhakti, which is free from the modes. So Vedas also have different parts. Some parts of the Vedas, they tell you to do karma. Some parts of the Vedas, they tell you to do activities in the mode of passion and ignorance. But some parts talk about mode of goodness. But there are some parts of the Vedas, like Upanishads, like Kali Santran Upanishad, right? Kali Santran Upanishad is one such Upanishad which tells you, this is a part of the Veda, but tells you to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Also, there is Gopal Tapni Upanishad. There are so many Upanishads, but there are some Upanishads of the Vedas, some parts of the Vedas, they directly talk about, straight about this thing, bhakti. Understand? So this Kali Santran Upanishad is Vishnu Upanishad. So Kali Santran Upanishad is a conversation between who? Lord Brahma and Narad. Narad said, very dangerous Kali Yuga is coming. What am I supposed to do? Then Brahma said, don't worry. You chant one 32 syllable, 16 letter mantra, 16 words mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Nothing to worry. You'll be free from all the obstacles. Chant this mantram, Hare Krishna mantram. Gopal Tapni Upanishad also telling same thing. Narsingha Tapni Upanishad. These are all the Upanishads which advocate bhakti. Understand? But some Upanishads and some Vedas, they don't explain bhakti directly, indirectly. But there are some Upanishads which directly tell you what to do. They don't hide anything from you. So verse 46, Yavan artha udappane sarvatah samplududaki tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanata. Yavan means whatever, artha, purpose, udappane by many wells, sarvata in all respects, samplutadaki, served by a large lake, tavan that many purposes, sarveshu within all, vedeshu the Vedas, brahmanasya of the devotee Brahman, janata who has knowledge of the Vedas. The various necessities served by many small wells can easily be served by a large lake. Similarly, whatever results are attained by the worship of various demigods, such as described in the Vedas, can easily be attained through the worship of Sri Bhagavan by a Brahmana endowed with a devotion who knows the essence of the Vedas. This is a verse, next verse. Understand? No need to worry about worshipping any other demigods. Easily, by worshipping Bhagavan, ತುಳಸಿದಲ ಮಾತ್ರೇಣ ಜಲಸ್ಯ ಚುಲುಕೇನವ ವಿಕೃತ ವಿಶ್ವಮಾತ್ಮಾನಂ ಭಕ್ತೇಭ್ಯೋ ಭಕ್ತವತ್ಸಲ. Offering even Ganges water, one glass of Ganges water and one tulsi leaf, Krishna is satisfied. Someone is dying. Oh, you have no tulsi to offer in his mouth. You have no Charanamrut also. No harm. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In the ear of the person who is dying, he will be immediately liberated. I have no doubt about it. The efficacy of the holy name. So therefore, today is Mokshada Ekadashi, Bhagavad Gita. This Bhagavad Gita is the great scripture spoken by Vyasadeva, spoken by Krishna himself on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And Bhagavad Gita is mercy to all the living entities like us. We are dealing with this material world, which is full of so many dangers. Like Arjuna was surrounded by so many dangers, like Bhishma, Dronacharya, Jayadratha, Bhishma, Dronatata, Jayadratha Jala, Gandhara, Nirotpala, Shalya, Grahavati, Kupenavani, Karnena, Vela, Kula, Ashwathama, Vikarana, Ghora Makara, Duryodhana, Vartini, Sotirana, Khalu, Pandava, Nadi, Kaivartaka, Keshava. But you need a boatman like Krishna. If you have a ferocious river full of crocodiles, sharks, blue lotuses, whirlpools, eddy currents, dangerous, which may sink your boat, then you need a high-class boatman like Gurudev, like Srila Dandi Maharaj Ji, Srila Anirudh Prabhu Ji, Srila Bhakti Gyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj Ji, Srila Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj Ji. Like this, you need a high-class guru. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. They can help you. They can take your boat across the ocean of repeated birth and death. They are having the big boat of Harinam. Sit in that boat and cross the ocean of birth and death very easily. Study Bhagavad Gita. No need to study so many scriptures. Bhagavad Gita alone will suffice. Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanya Shastra Vistari Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukhapadma. It has emanated from the mouth of Sri Krishna. If you want liberation very easily, study Gita and chant Hare Krishna and follow Ekadashi. Easily you'll get liberation. Unfortunately, this is not taught in the school. Expensive schools are not ignoring the education of Bhagavad Gita. There are very few institutions which propagate Bhagavad Gita, and that is the misfortune of the earth. Hare Krishna. But I am very happy that all of you are giving me a chance to speak about Bhagavad Gita from Srila Gurudev's version, Srila Prabhupada's version, and actually there is a Bhagavad Gita to be freely downloaded from purebhakti.com. But I made one version from Gurudev only, cutting and pasting, but with a bigger bold, bigger letters. I refer to that one. So sometimes there may be mismatch from what you post in the WhatsApp group. Anup Prabhu has put and my page number may be different, but we can easily search. There is a search facility in Adobe. So just like I searched on this number 14.26, and immediately I came where Anand Mohan Prabhu was referring to. I could easily relocate it, no problem, in my version also. So it is very, very important. There are different applications also. Like I have some application made by some devotees of Prabhupada Swami Maharaj Gita. Then I have an application which is on Srimad Bhagavatam of Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. So there are different applications also are there. There is also one application called Bhakti Base. If you go to the Play Store, then there is one application called Bhakti Base. This application also has Gurudev's all books. So if you don't have money to buy all the books, then for very little price you can download very 179 rupees Bhakti Base. I would like to download this, but I don't have an account actually. I'm not connected to any bank account. When I try to purchase it, somehow it just. But this is actually 221. It tells me to pay with to find out actually. But it will be very good to download this application. Understand? So Bhakti Base, very nice. All the books of Srila Gurudev. Whoever has done this has done a very nice job. Because it is difficult to carry all the books when you are traveling. But imagine you have all the books on your pad or your phone, like Bhagavad Gita, Bhajan Rahasya, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu, Bhakti Rasayan. You can quickly cut and paste it and put it in your WhatsApp group, Telegram, Facebook, or email someone making a point, and you can quote the scriptures. Understand? So all the English books of Srila Gurudev are downloadable in the form of an application also. Understand? Because I am traveling from Tirupati to Kishkinda, near Kishkinda, Raichur, cannot carry all the books, but I am carrying electronic books. Understand? E-books. There are also different applications which help you read the books. Like, for example, this Bhagavad Gita of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Siddhar Maharaj. They have put it in the e-book format. Then you can study that also. Dhumo Ratri Satha Krishna Shadmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandrama Samjyotir Yogi Prapya Nivartate. It says that upon leaving the body, the karma yogi reaches the heavenly plane via the path of smoke, night, the waning moon, and the sun's southern ascent, but returns to undergo rebirth. Shukla Krishne Gati Hete Jagata Shashvate Mate Ekaya Yatya Navrittim Anyaya Vartate Puna. These two paths of the world, the bright and the dark, are accepted as being perpetual. By the bright path, liberation is attained, and by the dark path, one is reborn. So now there is dark fortnight and bright fortnight. The fortnight that is going on, if I'm not wrong, is the bright fortnight, because very soon Purnima will come, right? Very soon, new full moon will come. So full moon day, we shave, and so the time from new moon to full moon is called bright fortnight. So here it is told that if you leave the world, when you die in the bright fortnight, you get liberated. And if you die in the dark fortnight, you have to come back again. But this doesn't apply to Bhakti Yogi. Bhakti Yogi may die in the bright fortnight or dark fortnight, doesn't matter. He will go to Golok Vrindavan. Understand? So this is applies to the other type of yogis. But Bhakti Yogis, whenever they die, wherever they die, in Vrindavan or Kolkata or Jagannath Puri or wherever it is, then they will be liberated. So Bhagavan is telling, Vedeshu yadneshu tapasu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pratishtam atteti tat sarvedam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chatyam. Thus, knowing my glories and the glories of devotion to me, the devoted soul surpassing the scripturally cited fruits of piety achieved by chanting the Vedas and performing the sacrifice, austerity and charity attains my supreme holy abode. So here, if you know, Bhagavan is telling that if one knows his glories and the glories of devotion to him, then that devoted soul will get far more result than just chanting the Vedas. Sukruti got by chanting Vedas. If you perform bhakti then you will get far more Sukriti than just reciting Vedas. You'll go to Golok Vrindavan, Vaikuntha planet. No harm. So Bhagavad Gita means is telling us how to go back to the spiritual world. Understand? So many nice chapters are coming. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya Yoga. We used to chant this in childhood. My two sisters, elder sisters, and they used to chant. My brother also. Every day in our house, we used to chant 9 chapters, 12 chapters, sometimes 15 chapters, 16 chapters. These 4 chapters are very popular in India. Amazing meters they have. Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshamyana suyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshase ashubha. So, Bhagavad Gita is amazing scripture. Never stale. Every day if you discuss Bhagavad Gita, even if there is a class every day of Bhagavad Gita, still you will find newer and newer mellows emanating from it. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhevacha paritanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namo. So like Vishakadadi had put the notice that the tomorrow's fast is breaking. Time is before 6:55. So be careful. You have to, right after sunrise, try to break the fast in your country.
Okay.
We are in different time zones, so it is very sometimes difficult to balance all these things. But generally in India, we have been advised to break the fast before 6:55. So place where I'm in, we have sunrise maybe 6:05 or 6:10, and then we'll break fast right after sunrise by even honoring one grain of Jagannath Mahaprasad or something like that. So break fast on time, because otherwise you'll not get the full benefit of Ekadashi. Okay? Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Jai Dimani Maharaj, please. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहार जी की जय. जय निकला पृष्ठ जगद्गुरु शिष्य भक्तिवेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज गुरुदेव की जय. निला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिवेदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. निला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिवेदांत त्रिविक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. What is the meaning of Jai Dhwani? Jai means our mind is very wicked. Our mind is conquered by lust, greed, anger, madness, envy, tendency to criticize others. So we said that let Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj conquer my mind. Let Srila Gurudev be victorious over my wretched and my stubborn mind. Understand? That is the meaning of Jai Dhwani. Jai Nikala Prishtam Vishnupa Shishimad Guruvinda Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Nikala Prishtam Vishnupa Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj ki jai. Tadyakrut Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai. Jai Nikala Prishtam Vishnupa Shishimad Acharya Keshri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Nikala Prishtam Vishnupa Shishimad Bhakti Rakhak Shridhar Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nikala Prishtam Vishnupa Shishimad Bhakti Shrup Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj ki jai. I am mentioning his name, Bhakti Shrup Siddhanti Maharaj's name, because he is the one who translated the Vishwanath Thakurpad's commentary into Bengali, and Gurudev referred to that to translate into Hindi. So we are indebted to him. Jai Nitala Prushtam Vishnupa Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Thakur ki jai. Mahabhagat Prabhupada Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Sachidananda Saptam Goswami Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. प्रेम से गो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोवर्धन द्वार सुगुणात्मक शिव मंडल की जय. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. मोक्षदा एकादशी की जय. त्रिस्पुषा महाद्वादशी की जय. The days today is only fasting. Some are fasting for Mokshada Ekadashi, some are fasting for Trispusha Mahadvadashi, depending on what geographical location you are in. But the day is same. The name is different. Understand? And Mokshada Ekadashi ki jai is also Gita Jayanti, because today only Krishna explained Gita to Arjuna. So Arjuna was listening to Gita. And Krishna was using the Jnana Mudra. Jnana Mudra. Jnana Mudra is this mudra. Understand? Gita Amrita Drahe Mudra. Jnana Mudra is this mudra. And you see, when I was in Gita Nagari farm, I was also always taking out the milk from the udder of a cow with this mudra also. So he's milking the cows of Upanishads by this mudra, and he's also speaking in this mudra, Jnana Mudra. Jnana Mudra Krishna Gita Amrita Druhe Namaha. Shri Arjun, Mahabhagavad Shri Arjun Ji ki Jai. And all glories to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. जय त्रिदंडी स्वामी शिष्य भक्तिदान दंडी महाराज जी की जय, नामनिष्ठ संत श्री अनिरुद्ध दास प्रभु जी की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, समागत भक्त वृंद की जय, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज. हरे कृष्ण. वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining, and see you all tomorrow for Madhurya Kadambini. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Hare Krishna. Hare.